Hello and welcome to another Let's Draw tutorial with Procreate. This is the illustration we'll be completing today. And as always, I've included a brush pack and colour palette for you to download. They're in the description below. The canvas size is 2000 by 2300 pixels at 300 dpi. And when you're ready, let's draw. Once you've created your canvas, the first thing we're going to want to do is change the colour of our background. So let's head over to our layers menu by tapping on these two squares here. We're going to select background and then we're going to select the first colour. And then we can tap on the two squares to come out of that menu. I'm then going to pinch with two fingers just to make the canvas a little bit smaller so I can see the four corners nice and clearly. We're going to go back over now to our colour palette and we're going to select the second colour. We're going to go over to our brush set and we're going to select the grainy pen. I've got the opacity here set to 100% and I've got the size here. Let's bring that up actually. Let's bring it up to, let's say 35%. I'm going to start here outside of the canvas. I might make it a little bit smaller still. I'm going to go ahead and start outside of the canvas here and make a swooping line and then come out on this side of the canvas so that we can go ahead and drag and drop our colour in. We may need to slide our pencil to the right to adjust the colour drop threshold because this pen is quite textured. We can then go to our layers and we're going to tap the plus sign for a new layer. We're going to drag layer 2 underneath layer 1 and we're going to go back to our colour palette. We're going to select the third colour and then we're going to make a swooping line over this side going from end to end so you can then go ahead and drag and drop that colour in. We're then going to go to our layers. We're going to tap the plus sign for a new layer. We're going to drag layer 3 underneath layer 2. We're going to go to our colour palette and we're going to select the fourth colour. And again, so I'm starting outside of the canvas and I'm making a swoop here so I can go ahead and drag and drop that colour in. We're then going to go to our layers. We're going to tap the plus sign for a new layer. We're going to drag layer 4 underneath layer 3. We're going to go to our colour palette and we're going to select the last colour. And then we're going to just make one swooping line here. And then we can go ahead and drag and drop that colour in. We're going to go back to our layers. We're going to tap the plus sign for a new layer. And with our grainy pen at size, what was it, 30, let's bring it actually down to 30% at full opacity. We're going to go ahead and draw in like a balloon shape. And then we can close that shape at the bottom there. It doesn't have to be too tidy because it won't be showing. And then we're going to go ahead and drag and drop that colour in, adjusting the colour drop threshold. And you can zoom in if you want to. And if you feel like you've got too many white spaces, you can just go in with your pencil and just fill those in until you've got something that looks like this. I'm actually going to go to my arrow tool with uniform selected. I'm just going to rotate it ever so slightly. And then we're going to go back to our layers. We're going to tap the plus sign for a new layer. We are going to tap on layer 6 and we're going to clip and mask it now to layer 5. So whatever we draw on layer 6, it will only stay confined to layer 5. Now we can colour pick straight from the background. So if we tap and hold onto our background, we can select that colour. And I'm going to zoom in ever so slightly. And I'm actually going to bring my size of my brush down to, let's say, 20%. We're going to go ahead and draw in some arcs. And I'm going to start roughly about here, the midway point. And I'm going to draw an arc here to the side. And I'm holding my pencil in place to snap to the quick shape. Then I'm going to draw another one here. Then I'm going to go ahead and draw another one on this side. Hold your pen in place to snap to the quick shape. And then you can go to edit arc and you can push and pull these nodes here to adjust the shape. And then we're going to draw another one here. And then I'm going to go ahead and draw a line in the center as well. We're then going to go to our layers. Now, if you're happy with how your lines look, we can actually pinch those two layers together. We're then going to tap and hold on our color disc here to switch to the previous color. If I zoom in a little bit more, we're going to go ahead and add in these little ovals here, just on the top of our cactus. And then we can go back to our layers. We're going to tap the plus sign for a new layer. And with this color selected and our brush set to 20%, we're going to go ahead and draw in a circle. Hold your pencil in place to snap to the quick shape and then tap one finger on the canvas to make it perfectly round. We're then going to go ahead and drag and drop that colour in, adjusting the colour drop threshold. We're then going to go over to our adjustments. We're going to switch it out to liquefy. We want to be in push mode with distortion and momentum set to none and pressure set to max. And I've got the size here at around 48%. I'm just going to push that bottom edge just to flatten it. And then I might just pull this top edge up just a smidge until you've got something that looks a bit like this. And then you can tap on the adjustments when you're done. We're then going to go to our layers. We're going to tap the plus sign for a new layer. We're going to tap on layer 7 and clip and mask it. We can tap and hold on our colour disc to switch to the previous colour. And then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to draw in some arcs. Hold your pencil in place to snap to the quick shape. Draw one here. Draw one on this side. Go ahead and draw one over on this side. Hold your pencil in place to snap to the quick shape. You can go to edit arc and then you can pull on these nodes to adjust the positioning of your arc. And I'm going to go ahead and draw one in the center as well. We're then going to go back to our layers. And again, if you're happy with how your lines look, we can pinch those two layers together, tap and hold to switch to the previous color. And then if we zoom in, we're going to do the same thing on the top here and just add these little ovals to give the suggestion of a flower on top of our cactus. We're then going to go to our layers. We're going to go to layer 5, which is this cactus here. We're going to go to our arrow tool with uniform selected. We're just going to go ahead and move that down. And then we're going to go back to our layers. We're going to grab layer 6. We're going to tap on the arrow tool with uniform turned on. We're going to make it a little bit smaller and then move that over to the right. And I might just rotate it ever so slightly. I'm then going to go back to my layers. Let's go back to layer 5 and tap the plus sign for a new layer. We're going to tap on layer 7 and we're going to clip and mask it. We're going to tap and hold to switch to that previous color. And then we're going to zoom in here. And what we're going to do is just draw in an arc here just to separate these two cacti. Then we can go back to our layers. We are then going to go to layer 6 and tap the plus sign for a new layer. We're going to tap and hold to switch out our color to the previous one. We're going to go over to our brush set and select the grainy cactus. So this is a stamp that I prepared for you earlier. The opacity here is set to 100% and I've got the size here set to 60. We're going to go ahead and just tap on the canvas. We're going to go over to our arrow tool. And we're going to go ahead and move that over to the right, roughly about here. And then tap on the arrow when you're done. We're then going to go back to our color and tap and hold. We're going to go over to our layers. We're going to go to layer 6. We're going to tap the plus sign for a new layer. We're going to tap on this layer 9 and we're going to clip and mask it. We're going to switch out our brush to the grainy pen. And I've got the size here set to 20% and the opacity is set to 100. We're going to zoom in here and then we're just going to go ahead and draw in a line here just to separate these two cacti. And then we can go back to our layers. We're going to go to that layer 7 now. And then we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to go ahead and draw in an arc here as well to separate those two. We're then going to go back to our layers. We're going to go to the very top layer 1 and tap the plus sign for a new layer. We're going to go over to our colour palette. We're going to switch our colour out to the 3rd colour. And with our grainy pen still selected, we're going to go ahead and draw in a circle. Hold your pencil in place to snap to the quick shape. And then we can tap on the canvas to make it perfectly round. We're then going to go ahead and drag and drop that colour in. Again, adjusting the colour drop threshold as needed. We're then going to go to our layers. We're going to swipe layer 10 to the left and duplicate it. The top one, we're going to invert it. So it's going to change colour. We're going to go over to our arrow tool. With uniform selected, we're going to make that a bit smaller. And then move that up roughly about here. Until you've got something that looks like this. We're then going to go to our layers. We're going to tap on layer 10, that blue layer. We're going to select it. We need to make sure colour fill is turned off here. We're then going to go back to our layers. Tap on the bottom layer 10, tap on it again and select clear. Now, if we go up to the top layer 10, slide to the left and delete it, we've now cut out that perfect circle on our moon. We are now going to draw in our stars. We need to tap the plus sign for a new layer. And we're going to tap and hold on this checkbox here, and that will temporarily turn off all the other layers. We are going to switch out our colour to that fourth colour. We're going to go over to our wrench icon. We need to be on canvas. We're going to turn on a drawing guide here. We're going to go to edit drawing guide, and we're going to select symmetry. We're going to tap on the options here, and we're going to switch it out to quadrant, and then tap done when you are done. Now let's just go back to our layers and make sure that new layer is assisted, which it is. If for whatever reason it's not, tap on the layer and you can select it from this menu here. I'm going to go ahead and draw in an arc here. And I'm going to hold my pencil in place to snap to the quick shape. Then I'm going to go to edit arc. And you can zoom in here. You can pull on this node just to match that up nicely, because we do want our shape to be closed, because we're going to drop that colour in a second. So you should have something that looks like this. Then we can go ahead and drag and drop our colour in. Again, adjusting the colour drop threshold as needed. We can then go to our wrench icon and we can just toggle the visibility of the drawing guide because we don't need it anymore. We are then going to go to our layers. We're going to tap and hold on that layer to bring all those other layers back. We're going to go over to our arrow tool. And with uniform selected, we are going to make that quite a bit smaller. Roughly about here, and then pop this star here. We're then going to go to our layers. We're going to slide this layer to the left and duplicate it. We're going to go to our arrow tool and move this star down and make it a little bit smaller. We are then going to go to that original layer 11, slide to the left and duplicate. We're going to go over to our arrow tool and we're going to bring that up to the top right over here. Make it a bit smaller. And then we can duplicate this layer. And then we can move this one here to the right. We're then going to go to our layers again. We're going to go to that original layer 11, slide to the left and duplicate it. We're going to go over to our arrow tool and we're going to move that up here and then make it a smidge smaller. We can then go back to our layers, slide this layer to the left and duplicate it. Go to our arrow tool. Again, with uniform selected, we are going to make that quite a bit smaller and then bring that over down here. Then tap on the arrow when you're done. And that is today's illustration complete. Thank you so much for following until the end. I hope you had fun with this simple, quick, easy desert tutorial. Please come and share your designs with me over on Instagram. I really love seeing them. Just don't forget to tag me in. Please, if you could, smash the like button on this video, hit the bell and subscribe. That would be awesome and it would really help my channel out a lot. And with all that said, take care and I'll see you in the next one.